Alright, welcome to the Manosphere Defender. You know, we got the Black Clark Kent in here. Defending all things Manosphere, content. I feel like I gotta come out here and set the record straight with a lot of things. I think the Manosphere, or whatever you want to call it, gets a bad rep. And I'm just here to be the defender and to give a positive outlook and a truthful outlook on certain subjects and certain things that are talked about, topics, you know how that go. But today, I'm going to do a reaction, and I'm going to show y'all a little something about, because this is trending right now. You got Vivica Fox, Claudia Jordan, Lisa Ray, and Selena Johnson on Cocktails with the Queens, and they decided they wanted to do a subject today on Kevin Samuels. And for some reason, these prominent, well, prominent's probably a too strong word, but these notable celebrity women, black women at that, decided to go online and live stream their thoughts on Kevin Samuels in his life and death. Now, why would these women need to get on national internet? This is the type of talk that you have amongst each other that shouldn't even be said in public because, one, this man just died. So there really is nothing to say. If it's not RIP, why are you getting up here and talking foul about this man? And you all are notable celebrities. This man has a daughter. This man is somebody's son. He has a mother. How do you think that they feel with you? Like, do you think she wants to wake up in the morning and hear Vivica Fox talking junk about her husband, about her son? You think she wants to wake up and see that Vivica Fox is talking about it's karma that he died and all of this nonsense? So I'm gonna show y'all something before we even get into this video. Let's just do a breakdown on who these women are. Let's go break down who these women are. They have a little show on Fox Soul where, and by the way, this video got 50,000 views and only 1.9 thousand likes. If this dislike button worked, trust me, it would be way more dislikes than likes. But that's a horrible ratio. 50,000, 1,000 likes, it's horrible. That means people ain't liking what they're talking about. And it's quite disrespectful, the things that they were saying. And they're trying to sugarcoat it to make it sound like they actually care or they actually have empathy. One thing I don't like is when people like to talk crazy and then at the end be like, oh yeah, but rest in peace. But anyways, let's start with the star of the show. Well, none of these women are real stars, but let's just say the host. Let's go to the host first. I guess she's the host. She's the main woman on here that gets the camera time. Okay, so we got Claudia Jordan. Apparently her occupation is a television personality, actress. Nobody really knows who you are. Let's just keep it real. Never heard of you. Not to be disrespectful, but you're like what, a B or C-list celebrity, so we don't know who you are. I'm pretty sure somebody does, but you're not that important as far as how this is looking. But this is 49-year-old. Might as well say she's 50-year-old Claudia Jordan. She went to Long Island University. Okay, whatever. And this woman is 50 years old, and she was married one time for 1 year, from 2009 to 2010. So her marriage lasts 1 year to Datari Turner, whoever this guy is. Yeah, okay. It says she's a beauty pageant title holder. Okay, I guess that's what's up. But yeah, this is coming from a woman. This is trash talk coming from a woman who's 50 years old and was married for 1 year from 2009 2010, which was over 12 years ago. Now, next is the loudmouth, most notable person on this panel, but even still a B-list, borderline C-list celebrity. We got Vivica A. Fox. Born 1964. She's 57, pushing 60, so we might as well just say 60. We're rounding up here. Her occupation is an actress. Yeah, that's basically all she does, and nobody knows her for anything else, and her few roles are really not that epic. Yeah, you were in a movie called Booty Call, to my knowledge, right? Yeah, she was in a movie called Booty Call. Let's see. Yep, right here, 1997 Booty Call. So we got a woman in a movie called Booty Call. And all these other movies, which nobody really, yeah. She's got a few movies, but let's just be real. She's not really A-list or anything like that. But yeah, we got Vivica, and she is 60 years old, rounding up, and her spouse is Christopher Harvest. And they were married from 98 to 2002. So she got a good 4 years in. But we're going to talk about this Christopher Harvest guy in a second. The only guy who decided to marry her. Right. Okay. Okay, so basically we got two divorced women here. Two divorced, 150, 160. Then we go to Lisa Ray. It's Lisa Ray. She's from Chicago. She's 54. For rounding up, she's pushing 62. But, we'll give her the benefit of the doubt. She's halfway to 60. She went to Eastern Illinois. Okay. Actress and fashion designer. Okay, cool. She was married twice and twice divorced. First marriage by Tony Martin, 1992 to 1994. Second marriage, Michael Missick, 2006 to 2008. And mind you, this person right here is Turks and Caicos Island political, he's the prime minister of Turks and Caicos. She had somebody who was of prominence, who was actually a high value man, the Honorable Michael Missick. So she actually had a high value man, or as they would call him. She actually married up, but yeah, that only lasted for 2 years. And so did her last marriage. So she couldn't even accumulate 5 years worth of marriage to her name. So yeah, the max she's ever been married for the longest is 2 years. And she hasn't had a husband since 2008. Yeah, that's tough. That's, once again, over 12 years not married. Now the last person we got here is Selena Johnson. I guess she was born Selena Thompson, maybe, I think. Yeah, she was, no. I don't know. Selena Thompson, yeah, I guess that's her name. Selena Johnson Thompson. Who knows, whatever her name is. It's got two names, right? But she goes by Selena Johnson. So she's from Harvey, another Illinois by Chicago person. So we got two Chicago people on it. Matter of fact, two Chicago women, one Indiana woman, and one woman from Rhode Island. Okay, so let's see how they represent Chicago. Let's see how Selena Thompson and Lisa Ray represent Chicago in this interview. Yeah, Selena Johnson, she's the only one on this panel that's currently married. And yeah, she was actually divorced once by this guy, Marcus Betts, whoever that is. And now she is married currently to Kawami Garris, which is a basketball player. Okay, she's got a high value man. Oh, he went to Chicago. Okay, he's from Chicago too. He went to Westinghouse. Interesting. I wonder if they met when they were younger. That's interesting. Which makes sense because a lot of people, for a relationship like this, probably I would assume that they were together at a young age. But I don't know. I'm not going to look too deep in this. Whoever this Kawami Garris, that's who she's married to. I guess he's a hooper. I mean, the mouth on this lady and her attitude, I don't see how he deals with it. But hey, each his own. So this is the only married woman on the panel. She has 2 children. Lisa Ray, my bad. She has no children either. Yeah, she has no children. Lisa Ray has no children, and Vivica Fox has no children. And Claudia Johnson has no children. Yeah, so these three women have no children. And, oh, by the way, this is the Brat's sister, half sister, I guess, you know. I don't know who's more notable or more notoriety. You could be the judge of that. Yeah, so, yeah, she's the only one with kids on this panel. That's kind of crazy. And the only one married. And probably one of the most disrespectful on here, too. But she tried to be not disrespectful, but, you know how hard it is for some of them. Anyways, yeah, so now that we know who these women are, they have a podcast called, Cocktails with the Queens or whatever. I don't know how they're queens, though, if only one of them has a king. But okay, that's okay. But yeah, Kevin Samuels back in October 2020, well, actually, he actually did multiple videos on Vivica. Two of them in 2020, I believe. One of them exposing problems with the high-value men. What did 50 Cent and Vivica Fox thing expose? And then I'm going to show you this one, which is this a problem with the black relationship? So Ice Cube, which is a respectable man, high value, he went on to this show, and they proceeded to disrespect this man on their show because they don't have much respect for black men or men in general. So Kevin Samuels did a live stream breaking this down in October 26th, and this is one of the things we really love about Kevin Samuels is his perspective on situations that go down. This is one of the main things I'm going to miss about Kevin is when things go down in the real world, I miss hearing his opinions and his point of view on it. Like with the Cam Newton situation happened, I couldn't wait to hear what Kevin Samuels had to say about that and break that down. When the Will Smith situation happened, I was like, man, I can't wait to see what Kevin has to say about this. So yeah, I like his perspective on things, and that's going to be truly missed. And yeah, it's sad, but he's doing a breakdown of Ice Cube going on their show, and I'm going to let y'all see some of this. And this is one of the reasons why they don't like Kevin Samuels. Not to mention everything that he mentions is basically on the money about older women, and they are all older women. Another reason why they hate him and can't stand him, but this is probably one of the reasons, too, why they hate him. He did a breakdown, and he just kept it real. So I'm going to play a little bit of this video for y'all.
All these things happening. And why is all this important? Because this is the run-up to what I'm about to show. This is what's wrong. Is this what's wrong with black relationships? I think what's wrong with black relationships, in large part, is black women have no respect for black men. It doesn't matter if you're high value, alpha, productive, competitive, successful, whatever modifier you want to put on it, for a lot of black women, still ain't good enough. Lonnie Love, anybody? You know what? Better than I can show you, better than I can tell you, I can show you. Ice Cube went to...
Now joining us now is a legendary...
Ice Cube went to Fox. He went over to Fox Soul to discuss his contract with America. He's been everywhere, and he has been getting lambasted by a bunch of people, in my opinion, who are foolish. D.L. Hewley came out and said some real retarded stuff, in my opinion. But he went here, and we're going to break down this video. And we're going to open the call lines, because I want you to understand something. This is Ice Cube. Mr. NWA, niggas with attitudes. Mr. Fuck the police coming straight from the underground. A young nigga got it bad because I'm brown. Mr. No Vaseline. You don't get any more street cred than the OG gangster rapper Ice Cube.
Yeah, one of the pioneers of gangster rap. You got to put some respect on his name.
On this platform, you have Claudia Jordan, Selena Johnson, Vivica Fox, and Lisa Ray. You wouldn't even know who Lisa Ray was if it wasn't for Ice Cube and putting her on in Players Club. Mm-hmm. Lisa Ray still be in Chicago somewhere. Ice Cube made Lisa Ray a household name and put her in position to become the wife of the Prime Minister of Turks and Caicos.
She messed that up too.
Vivica Fox, 90s B-list you know,
Mm-hmm.
when they list, she had a moment. But you know what? We had a lot of beautiful, attractive, strong, corporate, professional women in the 90s who are haunting us today. You see them everywhere. Garcelle Beauvais off of the real. You can't swing a cat without missing these women. And what's in common with all of them? Unmarried busybodies. Why do I call them busybodies? Because they don't have any business. And the whole ultimate issue is many of these women, well, let's just watch it. I need you to ask yourself a question. If you can become a one of the most prolific rappers of all time, an entrepreneur, businessman, actor, producer, writer, activist, TV, movie, what has Ice Cube not done? And I want you to understand what happened when he went here. Let's get it.
Rapper and film producer who is making headlines not only for his music, but his involvement with policy and politics. Please, everybody, welcome Ice Cube. Hello, sir.
Hey, what's up? How y'all doing?
Hey, you.
Yo, what's up? What's up, Lisa Ray? How you doing?
I'm great. I'm great. Thank you.
Good. How's everybody doing?
Bless.
Oh, y'all must have lost y'all mind. I'm looking over here at the likes. We got 3,800 people in here. We got 1,000. Yeah. Where's All right, we're not gonna do this. Get my likes up. You ain't gonna treat me like Ice Cube.
Okay, and when Kevin does, see, Kevin's he knew how to finesse and finesse the algorithms on YouTube. He understood the importance of getting the likes up and stuff like that. So that's why he used to do this, play this music to stop the show and get them likes up, because he understood the likes were very important as far as the algorithm and just the overall, the algorithm of YouTube. So that's why he always stressed getting them likes up. And he understood how the game went. That's why he became rich so fast.
Get my likes.
The pandemic, it hit everybody and caught everybody off guard. Thank God for D Nice, who started spinning them records, man, and kept people just, kind of, you kept our sanity, you know what I'm saying? And then the thing with George Floyd happened.
Yes.
Which shook everybody to our core. When you hear a man, scream for his mama, I think everybody in the world felt that. So, everything switched reels for me. And I just been on this quest trying to get us true equality, not just equality on, social issues, but economic equality, which is, just as important.
Well, let's just jump right in then, Q, because I have been, looking at some of the bites from your interview. You did.
First mistake with all this stuff with this wig on your head.
Yeah, that wig looks ridiculous.
You don't look at bites from an interview. You read the plan.
Mm-hmm.
You read the plan. But I'm sorry.
Correct. You don't play sound bites. You don't play snippets and then try to get an overall understanding of the context. You play the whole thing. You do your research. Come on, Lisa, right? How you come on this show talking about I heard a sound bite? Like, come on, man. Be more professional. And this is what Kevin's talking about.
This is a black man who wrote the plan. I mean, this is only the black man. The reason you sit in your butt right here is because this black man, who is a rapper, record producer, actor, screenwriter, film producer, television producer, songwriter, film score composer, film director, voice actor, $160 million net worth. The reason your hot pants is sitting right here is because he put you in a movie.
He put you on. Show some respect to that man.
And you didn't even take the time to read the mother freaking plan. Former Prime Minister of Turks and Caicos' wife. Still talking about how you still feel so connected to these people in your diplomatic position, and you could not be bothered to read a plan. That was too much. So you just watched a clip of an interview with Roland Martin. You already seen that it really doesn't matter how high or how much a black man does for some black women, you still gonna be treated like a knockoff deadbeat cousin.
She basically didn't even respect him enough to take the time out to do her job. Like, how do you get up here on a podcast and you're not even prepared? Like, oh yeah, I just seen a sound bite. I didn't actually read the plan. I just seen a sound bite. Like, that's man, that's crazy. No respect for the man. I mean, didn't even take time out of her day to fully do her research.
Interview with Roland Martin, which helped me, I want to say, because I will say that when I first heard that you were supporting Trump, I was like, wait a minute, what? Hold on, because you my boy. So I was like, I got a personal insight. I'm going to call him directly.
I didn't say I was supporting Trump. So
allegedly, right.
Yeah,
that's what I heard. That's what the bite, the sound bite.
Yeah.
You know, that's what.
In hindsight, would supporting Trump have been a bad idea looking at how stuff is going on right now? Or do y'all still want Biden? Come on, man.
You got to do their research. And I watched that interview. And I heard you break it down to why you were involved, why you met with both sides, and when you got involved, which was not just recently. And so when I said, you know, what contract was he talking about, this contract of Black America? Like, what is that? Where did it come from? I did not know. So when I think of things that I don't know, I automatically assume that a whole lot of people out there don't know. So I would want you to educate me as well. So what did make you go to the administration and speak with them?
Well, what happened was, you know, it was a lot of yelling, a lot of people upset, a lot of reforms being put on the table during George Floyd. But I was looking around for a document that really was speaking on what's the needs in the community and what do we need across the board, not just from government, but from the private sector too. Because there's a lot of companies that are involved in our pain, and they got to pay up too. You know, they owe us reparations as well in some shape or form. So it was nothing. I was looking around. I'm like, damn, where is the document? Where is the ask? What are we asking for as a people across the board that deals with not only police brutality, but all our needs? So I started working on it myself with, you know, some smart people I know. We end up getting, you know, economists involved, people like Derek Hamilton. You know, we started to go and just find the smartest minds to help try to put a document together so we can actually have something to say, damn, all this is things we need. This is so anybody Black could look at our document and say, yeah, support this, support, you know, some of the things that we have. Now, I'm not a politician, and
basically, he's not a politician, but he's doing everything that he can to try to help the community. And look at how they gonna react to this. Man.
Shouldn't be the one to have to put this thing together. We've had politicians in place for a long time, and they haven't come up with something like this.
So just so we're clear, she asked, well, you know, when I first started hearing about this contract with America, I didn't know what it is. So why don't you explain it to him, Mr. Rapper, record producer, actor, screenwriter, film producer, television producer, songwriter, film composer, film director, voice actor? Explain this contract with America that you, an unelected politician who looked around for what the politicians in Black America had put together, and it's not there. So just like the alpha male you are, the man you are, what did he do? He went ahead and did, instead of asking people, he did it. You know, you want Black men to build something, right? You want Black men to build something. Stop asking. So he found a need and he did it. So he added one more thing onto the 11 million plates he's already spinning. And then he's over here talking to you. Y'all can't be bothered to read it, so he need to explain it to you. This is what I'm setting this up for. Like you said, this ain't what he does. But because it needed to be done, he did it. That's what men do.
So I was surprised, but that didn't stop me. And we put that together July 1st, and we revamped it about. Let me get the timeline here. We revamped it July 19th, and from then people wanted to interview me about it. So I went on just promoting the contract with Black America, hoping to be contacted by any of the politicians saying, yo, this is a great idea. Everybody that I would show would say, oh, these are great ideas. This is common sense. This is things that should be in place already, but they're not. So I was just kind of saying, okay, we're going to starting an initiative, and I'll make a long story short. I was just going up, basically saying,
1, 2, 3 terrible wigs.
And ain't nothing wrong with him saying that, because, come on now, be natural for once. Y'all always talk about how real y'all is. Be natural for once. That's all he's saying. I mean, I understand y'all a little bit older and y'all need to put a little extra up there, but yeah, come on, get it together. We're speaking men here. What we like. Wigs are okay, but we would rather have you have your real hair. That's just the facts. So for him to say that is not a bad thing. Got to come to the defense of that one, because people be, oh my God, he's talking about their wigs. Their wigs. Yeah, he did. And that's what men do. We talk about certain things that we like and don't like. Sorry, same thing women do. It's just what it is.
I said, ladies, these wigs, these lace fronts are from hell. From hell. Y'all got on TV looking like this. All right, we're going to need y'all to go ahead and keep the donations coming in, because...
And them wigs ain't even that good, especially hers. Like, if you're going to come with a wig, you got to come better than that one.
This is about to get off the chain. Lisa Ray was the only one that came out and tried to be, at least start off respectful.
She tried.
Start off respectful. But I need you to look at their faces. Not a smile in the group.
The resting bee face.
Is this what's wrong with Black relationships? Because they're supposed to be friends, right? They all know each other, right?
They do look like a lot of attitude going on here.
This man is an entertainer and an actor, not a politician, but he put something together for Black folk, right? Your friend, who's a successful Black man, put something together for Black people, right?
Doing something he didn't even have to do, going out of his way, and he's just an actor, rapper. Come on now.
And y'all can't even be bothered to smile? He came to your house, right? And you can't even greet him with a, anyway.
Okay, we're going to go after the private sector. We're going to go after the banks. We're going to go after Hollywood. We're going to go after the people that we know got their hands in the cookie jar. You know what I mean? So then we started to get contacted from the Democrats on September 8th. And then we started talking to them. Then we got contacted by the Republicans. So that's when the ball started rolling. Then. So it's not just like I just jumped into anything. I mean, I just did the contract, and then people started to contact me, not the other way around. I was hoping the Democrats would be all over me. But, that wasn't the case. And I understand. It wasn't like I was throwing a fit. I just was like, okay, we're going at the private sector. And then the Republicans contacted me. And to me, if you're speaking for Black people, you should speak to whoever is in power or about to be in power.
And I think you had a statistic, you said something about there has been 7,000 Black people elected, and you felt like, in offices for us, and you felt like they ain't made a change. We've not come far at all with 7,000 of us in there. What are we going to do? Who is going to take this and say, okay, I'll be in the front line of this, and then get in the front line and have everybody come on board with you? Because let's be honest, you are Ice Cube and you do have a huge platform. So I would say that for me to know that you've been using your platform to be able to have an initiative like that, I think it's worth you doing the interviews that you're doing and letting everybody know and hear your voice on the
I want to jump in and say,
she tried to pay homage right there. I give it to her.
I don't think it's that fair to the 7,000.
And then instantly she just cuts her off in the middle of her paying homage. And here, listen what she's finna say.
officials that have been in office for this
Right, to say that they've done nothing.
Yeah.
So instantly, she's saying, hold on, I don't know if y'all heard that, my bad.
And letting everybody know and hear your voice on the
I just
block.
want to jump in and say I just don't think it's that fair to the 7,000 black elected officials that have been in office for this
Right, to say that they've done nothing. Right?
Yeah.
So she cuts her off paying homage to say, well, I think it's not fair to say that the 7,000 black people that are in office right now aren't doing their job. I don't think that's a good thing to say, even though that these elected officials have been in office for God knows how long and haven't done anything. It took this man to come in and create his own plan in order for something to get shaken. And you're saying, rather than pay homage to that, you're going to sit here and defend the 7,000 black politicians that have done nothing. Oh, no, I don't think it's right to say that the 7,000 black politicians have done nothing and and you got Vivica Fox co-signing it. Yeah, they haven't done. Come on, man.
You hear that?
Yeah, I heard that nonsense.
They couldn't wait to find something to disagree on.
Mm-hmm.
I saw the sign SIGN. Shame, insults, guilt, the need to be right. Sign. The foundation of so many black women's pathology. They were waiting for something to jump at this brother on.
Now, he just gave y'all some ideology. Sign. Okay, that's his ideology. He created that. Now, he just applied that to what's going on. See, when he doesn't just say things and it doesn't show. You could pull up plenty of shows where the sign language is real. It's not like something he just made up out the blue that doesn't apply and has no factual basis. Women will do that. Women will do the sign language. And we have evidence to prove that. So it's not like he's saying something that isn't factual. This is his ideology. And if you want to debate it, debunk it. But we could pull up plenty of videos where women do sign language. I'm sorry. It's just, it happens.
Wait a minute, hold on. I just need to say that I don't think it's fair to say that. How about you ask a question first? Because none of y'all asked a damn question. But you want to jump in and say what ain't right with your rock faces.
Yeah, because I think that is I think that's a slippery slope to walk down because as we saw with
A lot of progress has been made.
It's not
A lot of progress has been made. Like what? Like what, Vivica? Can't be serious, man.
as simple as
A lot of progress has been made. Shut up, Vivica Fox.
Thank you. You sound ridiculous, Vivica. Please shut up. Yeah, shut up. We said shut up. Oh, he's being rude. He said, yeah, shut up. You're saying stupid stuff. Come on, man.
I'm about tired of seeing your twisted up mouth everywhere. Every time you come on camera, your face is twisted up.
Remember that. Remember what she just said. Every time she's coming on camera, her face be all twisted up, looking mad, looking mean. Come on, man.
We get it. You're a smart, sassy, strong black woman. Do you have another gear? Do you have another character? You've been playing the same character for the last 30 years. We get it.
And this is the type of stuff that Vivica heard and didn't like. Oh, Kevin Samuels was talking about me. He said I play a character.
Damn.
you get elected and bam, you can make all these changes one man.
Right.
I never said that 7,000 people, black people, have never did anything.
He never said
I said that since the 60s, there's been over 7,000 black politicians elected in prominent positions. And our situation, you know, as far as the wealth gap hasn't changed. We flatlined from the 60s to now. We have not gained or closed the wealth gap. So that's the major problem. I understand
We just hit him with statistics.
got a lot of people, you know, working hard for progress. That just the facts are, it hasn't happened.
Facts. Remember? So many women like these women here have a problem with truth. Facts.
The statistics.
Because it's all about feelings. Feelings, feelings, feelings. I need you ladies who disagree with me. Ask yourself a question. Do you get the feeling or the vibe that these women came into this conversation with this black man in good faith? Does anyone in here honestly look at the panel of women talking to this black man that they know and admire, respect, seen his track record, been married to the same black woman since 1992? Does anybody feel the vibe that they came into this particular conversation, interview on their platform, professional platform, in good faith?
I don't think so. I think that they came there to drag him slightly. I mean, if you came and you were trying to pay homage and congratulate somebody for doing something, why would you instantly start critiquing and defending the people who have not done much for you? Like, you're defending the politicians. If like you really felt what Ice Cube was doing was actually positive, you'd be giving him his flowers instead of trying to nitpick and defend the other side. It just don't make sense. Y'all didn't come in good faith to pay homage and give flowers. Y'all didn't.
In the traditional way. So that's why I want to break the mold.
So I just want to say, first of all, you know, there's this whole cancel.
And I want y'all to peep how she's talking. I don't know if this is her real her, which is probably the real her, but just peep how, I want to say ratchet. I don't care. She sounds kind of ratchet to me right here. And then when you watch this next video I show, she's very pleasant, very well spoken, but right here she's just like really going hard with her masculinity.
Culture that we have. First of all, anybody canceling no damn Ice Cube. Let me just say that first out the gate. This is NWA.
Thank you.
He was the first to say fuck the police. So go sit down. Nobody's canceling Ice Cube, and if you are canceling, that's fucking stupid.
Okay, why are you so potty mouth? Like, why are you cussing? Like, you are almost 60 years old. You're 50-some years old. Why is you on here? Or I don't even know. She's probably, I don't even know her age. They're all 40, they're 49 and almost 60. Why are you talking like that? Why are you cussing? Like, you didn't have to do that.
Second of all,
That's not feminine.
I do think that it is very good that you are taking an initiative to, and I like how you say bipartisan, because that means both parties. This is for both parties. We want both parties to jump onto this. This is not just, oh, this person, that person. We want everybody to grab a hold on to what African American people need singularly. And I remember we talked about this on Cocktails. Remember, Lisa Ray, when you asked the question before, you were like, well, who's going to do something? Who's going to lead singularly for African Americans? Now, I do know that.
This is how many times these people keep asking, who's going to lead singularly? This Jesus Messiah complex. That is not how it gets done. It doesn't work. And again, such a lady coming in with all of, in order, you could have easily praised him and said something without all the F-bombs, ma'am. Leave that to the men. But again, so many women like yourself feel like you got to throw your Johnson on the table to be taken seriously. And then get mad when people don't take you seriously, or when they wedge you in a corner of being angry.
There have been tons of initiatives. CDC has initiatives all the time, Congressional Black Caucus, the Nation of Islam, right here, National Agenda. They've had an entire agenda that happened right after the Million Man March. It was presented to, what's the name? The president.
God damn, she got some big names.
Clinton. It was presented to the Clinton administration. So we have tried. There has been trying.
And mind you, when he says stuff like this, he's saying this to people who don't like him. So he has the right to call her big-handed, whatever he wants to say. Because these women don't like him, and he knows it. So he has the right to say whatever he wants negative if need be. Oh, he's so mean. He said her hands are big. Yeah, they are big. He noticed something and said it. But he knows that these women don't like him, so it's okay. It's cool. Y'all can do it, so why he can't do it?
But one thing I do like about your initiative is that it is singular to black people. That gap, that wealth gap is a fool, and it does need to be fixed immediately. But here's my question. I watched you on
the wealth gap is a fool.
And that's her term. That's her term, is a fool. Like, I don't, she's weird. That's her little phrase, is a fool. You're gonna hear her say that again in this next video. It's a fool, it's a fool. Like, who even says that?
Just let that marinate. The wealth gap, and she got mad handles, boy. Woo! She post your ass up and get you about 10 boards a night with them pumps. The wealth gap is a fool, and it needs to be fixed immediately. As if you could go in and just, with one piece of legislation, one vote, just fix the wealth gap because it's a fool. Yeah, I'm clowning because this is pathetic. Every one of these women over here is 45 plus.
Yeah.
Look at how they're talking. Is this what's wrong with black relationships? You want us to build together, right? And move together. The queens who curse, calling the wealth gaps fools. All right.
I report the other day on Friday, and they asked you, hey, Q, what do you think about, when you see the black man march, and how does that make you feel? And you said something that was really profound that stood out to me. You said, you know what? I wish that black people and black men could watch this over again and get back to this, because you said, even myself, we need to get back to this type of unity, this type of connecting. And so my thing is, let's say whoever get in office, it ain't gonna matter. The initiative is set, and then it's like nothing's happening, or something is happening, or whatever, it's there. Now, let's say they give us all the $500 billion that we asked for. Do you honestly think, and I'm not even trying to be funny or trying to catch nobody up or nothing, I'm just asking like a real question.
Yeah, you're not trying to be funny or whatever, but you're just being unrealistic. Like, come on, man.
The state of how our community is already broken, how we already have PTSD, how we already are not connecting already interculturally, the infrastructure of African Americans in general is just jammed up, with or without money. Do you think, and what could be the process of, once we get this money, of implementing it properly into our communities and really being able to allocate it where it makes sense and matters, and what's going to be necessary for that to happen?
Well, what I said on the show,
Yep, that slaps me and you just said something stupid. Said something crazy.
Ladies, that's how your guys sound when you call into the show. You just talk in a stream of consciousness, and you ask a question that no one in the world can answer. Well, they gave us all the money. As traumatized as black folks is, what's the process for implementing it? And who are the people who are going to do it? And how are we going to figure it out? Did you read the contract with America? No. So what difference does it make if I would even tell you? Well, impress me. I'm a queen with a cocktail.
about the Million Man March was the fact that it was the Million Man March, but it was a day of atonement. It was a day where we were gonna bury the hatchet with each other. It was the day when we were supposed to go back to our neighborhood kind of as new people and try to, make things better. And, it just didn't happen the way, we all envisioned it. But that don't mean we can't start. We do need financial help in our communities, but we also gotta make a commitment to ourselves to clean up ourselves. It do start with the person in the mirror. You can't deal with the white man out here until you deal with the white man in there. You see what I mean? So you have to clean up. We have to clean up ourselves. We've been poisoned by this society. We've been poisoned by trying to live like the people who've had us oppressed, and what they are attracted to, we're attracted to. We got to come out of that. We got to be our own people with our own flavor, our own style, our own morals, and we got to flip it. I'm not Mr. Holy. I'm guilty of it too. So it's something we all have to start doing to clean ourselves up. But I think the key is to try to get the money in the hands of people who are doing things, who are trying to be on the right side, the progressive people, the people who are business owners, people who want to own homes, people who want to beautify their homes so it isn't just gentrified, so it's things where we can get money into responsible people's hands, and hopefully they'll hire the community to teach the community. They'll use the community to hopefully clean the community up. I also think the government has a job too. Why you use the armies just to come in and
stop typing in all caps
on us and make sure we're not
down.
protesting? Why you don't use the armies to come fix fences and roofs and paint walls and do things to beautify the neighborhood? It's like they got to rethink how government works for the people, and they're not going to do it using the same old ways. You're going to have to push them. You're going to have to find pressure points, and you're going to have to use leverage when it's time.
I just got to make a quick statement, though, Q.
Go ahead.
If the administration
Here we go.
that is in there right now hasn't done it for the past 3.5 years, what do you think?
Now, he just gave what I consider to be a reasonable answer to an elongated question, and she's going to go right back to feelings. First off, in the chat room, you guys need to stop typing in all caps. You're going to be timed out. The bot is going to snipe you. Typing in all caps, if you want your message to be seen, that importantly, put it in super chat.
That's why he ain't like people doing that typing in caps, because it's like trying to finesse the system. Like if you want if you want it to be seen, put some money up there. Don't type in all caps. You're gonna get blocked. Whoever doing that trying to finesse the system.
Because if I see you typing in all caps, the system's going to catch you. And if I see you continue to do it, I'm going to time you out, obeying you. Type like a regular person. Stop trying to cheat the system. So now, here's Vivica. Vivica A. Fox coming through, basically going to talk up, get straight in her feelings. And here's the funny thing. You want black men to lead, then you want to tell us how to lead. This woman is the woman who had one, when they did this whole Jeannie My Jeezy thing, problem with submission, her 56-year-old self has a problem getting her attitude around submission to this day. Here we go.
It's going to make them start in the next 4 years that they are given more and have given more during the pandemic. I know you got to take a break, hold that thought, but I just got to ask that and make that statement, because you can't make them tell them all of that, and they've been there for 3.5 years. So
I ain't trying to make them do nothing. So
we need them to do something if we're going to trust them to do it.
Hold on, guys. We got to take a quick break. I definitely want to talk about that. I definitely want to talk about Q. You hit on some very, very good points about the military, but this current administration is using the military to enforce their own agenda, and we want to talk about that. So let's take a quick break. A lot of gems are being dropped here. We'll be back with more Cocktails with the Queens when we return after this break. Welcome back to Cocktails with the Queens. We have Ice Cube here, and we are talking about his contract with Black America and some very legit questions here. Vivica, before we went to break, you asked about if the current...
There's all these legit questions. None of these questions are legit because they ain't about policy. They're about policy or economics. And yes, he has also advised with Dr. Claude Anderson of Powernomics. Ice Cube did his work, and he has a receipt and a resume to show it. What have any of these women on the panel accomplished?
Nothing. Nothing at all. No real accomplishments.
Oh, wait.
Oh, except for her. Yeah, she won a beauty pageant. Oh, wow. That takes so much talent and skill.
And they're questioning a man who's employed at least one of the people on the panel, made another one. And they actually act like these questions are valid, like he needs to explain himself. And he's trying to talk to them, and every turn, they just pushback. Feelings. And you wonder why my generation does not want to deal with, guys my age don't want to deal with them. Look at this.
Administration has not done it in 2.5 years. Why now is this massive push with 2 weeks before the election? I understand Ice Cube, you've been working with this since June, July, but we're hearing about it now, so it looks really, I think a lot of black folks, it looks very, I feel like I don't, and I know this isn't your intention, but I feel like, you know how they use us all the damn time. You know what I mean?
I mean, both sides use celebrities.
Well, let me also be clear. I find it interesting that Claudia Jordan, which she does say later on, Claudia, you were on Donald Trump's, you're a friend of his. You work with Donald Trump. You've made money with Donald Trump.
She's a hypocrite.
And just because y'all are just because you all are just now finding out about it, see, far too many black women, especially in Generation X, act as though men need to come inform them of what's going on. We need to check in with you. And this is what got men. I'm so glad you need to start stepping up. You need to start leading. Do your thing, show your work, go your path, and let them decide to come along and follow your lead. They're talking like they're his mother and he's to check in with them. It's going to get worse. It's about to go off the rails here. Stay tuned. But before we do that, let's check in with the likes. We got the likes good. Cool, go ahead. Keep it respectful in the comment section, guys. Keep the pejoratives down. You know,
he's told the world this is what he's going to do, and if he doesn't deliver, he looks bad to everybody. Now, why hasn't dude done it in 3 years? I don't know. Nobody's been pressing. Everybody's been like, he's the boogeyman, run, and nobody's been pressing him on behalf of black people because we've been just waiting for Democrats to get back in.
I do not agree with you on that statement. There has been a lot of people that have asked him, what about the wall? What about the kids and cages? I mean, there's a lot of things that trust.
Such aggression. Oh my. That was really aggressive.
And now,
I'm not going to give him no
look at the attitude.
But check this out.
who gives a shit what you give, Vivica Fox?
Just keep
You
it
can't
real.
keep a man. You think Donald Trump cares whether or not you give him a plus sign? One of your biggest regrets is you never had a kid. You never turned out a plus sign. See, I got a problem with women like you, thinking that you talk as though you're someone to be appeased. You're wrong on the facts. You're wrong on the data. You're wrong on the statistics. All you got is a lot of damn attitude. And the brother's still trying to talk. And here's the thing. She's basically said, forget it. She's about to go off the rails, talking all over him. Can't get a word in edgewise. This is about to get real ugly. Over what? Over uninformed women, uninformed about the work a black man did and is trying to do for black people. And nothing is good enough. I don't like that. I don't like this. I don't like that. I don't like this. Do this, do that. Do it this way. And I need you to ask yourself the overall arching question. Is this what's wrong with black relationships? This gets played out on micro levels all across this country in black relationships, especially Generation X. This is what far too many guys are seeing. And the people, I think you've been hurt. You're stupid. If somebody comes in and types this stuff, time them out. Because again, not wanting to see the forest for the trees. Who wants to put up with this? Can't even have a conversation with it about facts. And politics in this country is about money. Let's go.
I'm talking about pressing him to give things to black people. These are country issues. I'm talking about black people pressing him to give things to black people. Everybody treated him like the boogeyman. Nobody would go and press him to give things to black people. The stuff that he's doing to the rest of the country, I understand that, but we raggedy. We got to get our. We have to press any president that ends up winning. We have to press, or it's not going to work. We can't just press one side.
He says when we just press them that the other people are fine people. I mean, is that right? I mean, he won't denounce the people that hurt us and suppress us, and and then the policeman had his neck on somebody's neck for 9 minutes. He never supported them.
Vivica, shut your mouth. Gosh. Jeez.
He's talking about policy. She's talking about her feelings. This is one of the things that gets stuck so much because how do you move forward when these people are supposed to be friends, know one another?
Basically, they're acting like they're supposed to be cool, but they coming at him. They're not really giving him his respect.
People?
No,
and this is basically how it ends. Just more of them over talking him, disrespecting, just not even disregarding the points that he's making. Just trying to make this into a show, basically.
That's like he's saying. That's like when the president says minorities.
Black men see what has this gotten them so far. All the brother did was try to put together something for people to look at and say, here's an ask, a starting point. That's it.
Yep. Now, okay, I just wanted to show y'all the mind state of these women. As you can clearly see, they're already ravenous towards any man really that comes on the show. So I wanted y'all to get that, see where their head is basically, the type of women that they are. As you can see, he just broke that down real quick, and that's the reason that these group of women hate Kevin. Now, Kevin passed away the other day, and these women decide that they want to bash Kevin on national TV. But before we do that, I have a quick little video I want to show y'all. And it's Mrs. Vivica, the sad truth about her love life. And this is going to give you a little backdrop of why she feels so strongly the way she does, and why she hates Kevin Samuels, and probably doesn't like black men that much anyways. But I'm going to show you why she's going through what she's going through.
Top black actresses in the 90s, Vivica A. Fox starred in blockbuster films alongside some of Hollywood on July 30th, 1964, to Everlina and William Fox. Vivica was the youngest of four, and at the age of 3, her parents divorced. According to the law,
so at the age of 3, her parents divorced. Right off rip.
Los Angeles Sentinel, Vivica was raised primarily by her mother.
She was raised by her mother, who could have possibly been bitter due to the breakup of her and her husband. Possibly.
Parents' divorce had a profound effect on her future relationships with men.
As you can see, it had a profound effect on her future relationships with men.
In an interview with The Spectrum, Vivica described watching her mother deal with a broken heart, and she viewed her mom as a victim. This set the framework for Vivica's own love life. In her book, Every Day I'm Hustling, she wrote, "Breakups are never easy, as I learned." While she was primarily with her mother, she and her father had a strong relationship until his death in 2017.
At least she had her father in her life, majority of her life. So she had a relationship with him. That's good.
Recalled in her book that he once told her as a little girl that if she wanted to hang with the big boys, she was going to, quote, get knocked down.
Okay, why would you even condone her hanging with the big boys? Like, that's masculine. So clearly you raised her to be a little boy. Oh, if you want to hang with the big boys, you're going to get knocked down. You're going to have to get back up. That's something you tell your son. Why is she even trying to hang with the big boys? So as you can already see, she has masculinity to her. She wants to be one of the guys.
This was something Vivica learned repeatedly through her life. She had all but given up on relationships. It was rumored that she and Dennis Rodman dated in 1997, but...
Come on, man. Dennis Rodman? So now you can tell she doesn't know how to pick men. I'm sorry, Dennis Rodman? Come on, man.
Vivica denied that allegation.
Yeah, of course you did.
In 1998, she told Ebony magazine she was a jerk magnet. She also added that she was fed up with the dating game.
So in the 90s, she was fed up with dating, and she's claiming to be a jerk magnet, meaning she just attracts men that are jerks. So basically, what do you have? You have to figure out why. Why is that? Why is that, Vivica? Why? Just know that you attract what you are.
Then, out of nowhere, Christopher 6ix9ine Harvest popped into her life. According
6ix9ine, come on now.
According to Ebony magazine,
It's the first 6ix9ine.
Felt an instant attraction to each other. Marriage was soon in the cards. Vivica said, "I'm going to be 34 when I get married, and I better do it right. I know it's right." 6ix9ine asked Vivica to be his wife, and the wedding planning began.
She got proposed to. Oh my gosh.
They got married in December 1998,
He ain't know no better, but come on.
and the wedding was attended by some of her celebrity friends, including Holly Robinson Peete and Star Jones. Things started out so beautifully for Vivica and 6ix9ine, but 4 years later, she shocked us all by filing for divorce.
She filed for divorce 4 years into her marriage. She left her marriage. She broke her marriage. She left her marriage.
So what went wrong? There were rumors that 6ix9ine cheated on her throughout their marriage. According to Hollywood Street King, not only did Vivica suffer a broken relationship, but it also derailed her career because she put all of her resources into the failed marriage.
Of course it derailed your career because you can't play both sides like that. You got to make a sacrifice. You got to make choices. You can't have that family and pursue that career at the same time. It don't work like that. You got to make decisions. You got to make choices. So she chose to get married, and apparently, dude might have been cheating. Oh, wow. Okay, cheating. I guess she just couldn't handle that, I guess. So she'd rather be alone than to be with somebody who was going to cheat from time to time, I guess. So she chose being alone. And she probably chose it because it was interfering with her career. Oh, I can't be a wife because it's interfering with my career. Okay, cool. She left him, and then she went back to being a free agent.
The gossip site reported she put so much money into 6ix9ine's music career and even footed the bill for a big home for them. Years later, looking back on her marriage, Vivica knew she had made a mistake. In her memoir, she wrote, "Here's a really bad reason to get married. Because everyone else is doing it. I know that's why I did it." She added that
she just said the only reason she got married is because everybody else was getting married. So her marriage is basically doomed from the start because, one, she's not a wife. She never wanted to be a wife. She's doing what a lot of women do and just want to have that title. Oh, I'm a wife. Oh, I'm somebody's wife. But you're not a wife. You have to be a wife before you actually get proposed to. A man has to see you as valuable and as a wife. So she was never a wife, and she got married and basically wasted that man's time. Knowing she ain't want to be married, she just did it because everybody else got married. You know, there's a lot of women that do that just to have the title, but don't want to be a real wife. It's messed up, man.
She got married out of peer pressure because she thought it was, quote, the next thing on the checklist of what it means to be a successful woman.
Right, that's all it is just to check off the list of some of these women. Just something to check off the list to say I did it. Oh, I was married or I'm married just to do it. Not even understanding what it takes to be in a marriage or what your duty is as a woman in a marriage. She just come on.
Following the end of her marriage, Vivica was said to have been enjoying the single life and was having a good time dating younger men. So it wasn't too much of a surprise when she was linked to rapper 50 Cent. During an interview with Howard Stern, 50 said
she chose 50. 50 was rich, and he still is rich, but come on, man. Like, does he look like the type of dude that you want to marry and be with? Do you think he's actually going to be faithful? 50 look like the type of dude that... He looked like a Ray Ray. If you could think of a Ray Ray, 50 Cent probably fit them descriptions. But come on. I mess with 50. I'm just saying. These are the type of guys that she's going for. She likes that gangster type, I guess. I don't know. But how often does that end well?
Said he met Vivica at one of his shows in Atlanta. They made their first public appearance at the MTV VMAs in August 2003. Things started off so well. For a hot minute. In her memoir, Vivica said she and 50 jetted off to Monte Carlo in October 2003 to attend the World Music Awards. While there, Vivica claimed 50 planned to propose to her with a 14-karat ring.
Yeah, that's what she claims.
She even claimed he rented out a theater for the proposal as well. So, what happened? Well...
Yeah, what happened? Like, oh, I claim this, I claim that. He was supposed to, he shoulda, coulda, woulda, but he didn't.
Vivica stated that 50 changed his mind because he felt she hogged the spotlight by signing...
Oh, yeah, I bet he did change his mind. Oh, I bet he did.
...on as the award show's host. After their breakup, 50 told the Howard Stern show they only dated for about 2 months. He also said it was a mistake for them to go public so soon, and he believed that her people were using him for publicity.
Basically, she was using him for finessing whatever, and he already knew what was up, so he got up out of there. Probably was still, and being intimate with her, but even in one of his interviews, he even said, yeah, right here, he's going to even say, like, we wasn't even together that long, but we kept messing around.
How long did you guys date for?
That was about a year.
Oh, it was that long? Yeah.
Did we know it was that long? I thought it was like a month.
No, I mean, it was like a month, but we were still going back and forth with each other for the rest of the year.
He announced he never officially broke up with her, but he ghosted her instead. And just like that, 50 and Vivica entered into one of the longest feuds ever. Through the years,
they started beefing over the years, and then they kind of made up, but they never really got married or nothing like that. Now, let's move on.
50 was over. Vivica told Essence she was proud to be a cougar, a term used to describe an old...
She's proud to be a cougar. She's lying. She ain't proud to be no cougar. She's actually disappointed. She's actually sad that she never found a man that was going to stick around with her.
Woman who dates younger men, and at the age of 47, she linked up with her next love interest, 25-year-old club promoter Omar Slim White.
And this is what these cougar older women who can't keep a man that's in their age bracket, because let's be real, if you're an older guy, you don't want an older woman for the most part, because what can you do? Most of these women, you can't really procreate with them if she's past 35. Yeah, you can, but the pregnancy is going to be... You have a higher chance of not having a successful pregnancy the older that she gets. So an older man is not going to want Vivica Fox. She's old. She obviously ain't that fertile because where's the children? She ain't bear no children ever, which could be a good thing because she ain't no baby mama. But once you get to a certain age, or it's like you ain't got no kids, but you're too old to have them now. So an older guy, if he even wanted to get with her, she wouldn't even be able to have his children. So now she's going to go seeking younger men, because this is what a lot of these older cougar women do. Now they're going to go look for a little simp young fanboy. Somebody who's young and that's going to be excited to be dating Vivica Fox. Like, my girl Vivica Fox. Any young guy would want that to say that just because he's young and he doesn't understand. But, he happy. He bragging about, I got Vivica Fox. But even he knows he can't do nothing with her. Even an older guy can't really do nothing with an older woman because a younger guy is going to want to have children eventually. Why would a younger guy get with a 50-something-year-old woman when he knows, there's nothing really that's going to come from this? No children, especially if he ain't got no kids. You think he want to marry somebody he can't have kids with? So basically, she scouted a little young fanboy, a little simp fanboy, to my knowledge. That's how I look at it. And she wants to control him because she knows that it's a lot easier to manipulate a younger fanboy guy than it is to manipulate an older man who's in his masculinity and has full control. So she went after a little young fanboy and got with him. Same thing a lot of older women do. Trina did the same thing. Got her a little young fanboy because none of these older dudes want her. So she's going to get her a little boy that she knows that she can basically manipulate and wear the pants in the relationship. That's what she looked for and that's what she got. But just know that that's a pattern for a lot of these older women. They want to seek younger men who they can basically manipulate. And that's what she did. She got with this young guy.
In December 2010, they took a trip to South Beach. While inside their hotel room at the Ritz-Carlton, Slim popped the question. Even though Vivica vowed she would never get married again, she accepted Slim's proposal. And a beautiful 8-carat diamond engagement.
Of course she would. Why wouldn't she? She knows that this is probably her last go-around. So she accepted that.
Ring. A source told people.
But once again, this is a woman who doesn't want to be married. She doesn't want to be a wife. She already let that be known. She did it the first time just to check it off her list. So she still has that same ideology. So you think that this is going to work out? It's never going to work out because she doesn't want to be a wife to somebody. She's not a wife. But yet she's steady trying to do it and she's wasting people's time. Why are you wasting this young man's time? You got him falling in love with you, proposing to you, and you don't even want to be a wife, and you accepted it.
Magazine, Vivica was over the moon, so excited, so in love. Vivica told the Wendy Williams show she was very fertile and was ready to have Slim's baby.
Mind you, she's like 50-something years old at this time. 40-something, late 40s, 50-something years old. And she's talking about, oh yeah, I'm fertile and ready to have his child. Like... Why? What the delusion? Why be so delusional? It don't even make no sense. Be real with yourself. And this is another reason why she can't stand Kevin Samuels, because she can't keep it real with herself. So when somebody else brings it to her attention to keep and brings it real to her, she don't like it. A lot of women don't like it. A lot of people don't like that. But come on, be real with yourself. Talking about you fertile at 50, man.
Was this going to be her happily ever after? Sadly, it wasn't, and things came to an end just 10 months later, and the wedding was called off.
Didn't even get married. Or, hold up. So did she get married or not? Like, if the wedding was called off, what happened?
So who put an end to their relationship? It all depends on who you ask. Slim told 2Fab, Vivica was a good woman, but they outgrew each other.
That's a lie. If she was such a good woman, you would have stayed with her. Y'all would have been together. You wouldn't have let her go. She's not a good woman. I don't know why lie. Stop lying, young man.
He also alluded to arguing, hate, negativity, and drama.
Of course. She was disrespectful. She don't respect you. You're a young dude. You were just something to do for her at the time. Something just to, hopefully, she was hoping to get married again, just to say, oh yeah, I got married again. But in reality, she doesn't want to be a wife. So of course she was disrespectful because look at, it's Vivica Fox. She's masculine. Like we know her MO. So of course it didn't work out.
He added, I value communication no matter what the problem may be, and I finally had to walk away. As for Vivica...
So he left her basically. He said he had to walk away. Because she just was too much.
She got emotional during an episode of the Bethany Frankel show. She said they actually broke up 3 months before they were supposed to walk down the aisle. She said...
He got up out of there before he even could walk down the aisle with her. He's like, man, I can't go through with this.
I had to be honest with myself, and I wasn't happy anymore. Her dreams of getting married and having children were crushed. And when Oprah asked her if she regretted not having kids, Vivica replied, it was one of the biggest regrets of her life.
So she's done. We already know she can't have kids no more. It was one of the biggest regrets of her life. So now she's just bitter. She's just bitter now. She's bitter because she messed up. Period.
She added, I don't get to see my eyes in a child. I think that's something I'll miss. Vivica has learned a thing or two about love over the years. While appearing on The View, she said she looks beyond the superficial and no longer has a weakness for a, quote, six-pack and a smile.
Oh, yeah. Whatever. Okay, so now we see the type of woman and what she's been through and why she's so bitter in the way she is. Cool. Now, I set the backdrop for y'all. We got what happened with her and Kevin Samuels, or the whole little clique that they got up here, beef with Kevin Samuels. Kevin Samuels basically critiqued them on how disrespectful they were to men, black men in general. Disrespected Ice Cube on their platform. Didn't pay any type of homage. Didn't give him any credit for doing what he was doing as a man. So Kevin Samuels highlighted that, and that's another reason why they can't stand Kevin Samuels, because he did a whole special on him. Did a whole special talking about 50 and Vivica. Bam. So they don't like him. Now, let's get to the disrespect now that Kevin is receiving in his death from these cougars. Certified cougars. Alright.
Hello, everyone.
Hey, pretty ladies. We're going to be dishing you about everything trending in the news and in the world of social media. And later on the show, we'll be...
She got a better wig on today, or whatever you want to call that. Vivica looking really pasty in the face. Pasty makeup in the face, you know. And got her little wig on, you know. She can't be natural at all to save her life. She's the only girl right here who's natural because she got a little mixed in her. She's a little mixy, so she got her natural hair. And, you got Selena over here doing a little whatever you call that. But, yeah, once again, no natural abilities.
Shining a spotlight on Mental Health Awareness Month with best-selling author and pastor Teray Roberts, who will talk about the importance of finding balance in our lives. Lord knows some of us needs it.
Amen.
Now,
or hate him, he spoke his truth.
Just think of how ruthless this is. Like, what type of human being are you? First and foremost, why are y'all even talking about this on a major platform, on Fox? Y'all decided to get on your little Fox platform and bash a black man. Regardless of how you felt about him when he was alive, keep this to yourself or talk about this behind closed doors on some barbershop type stuff, some beauty salon type stuff. Why are y'all putting this out here to just show how nobody cares about how y'all feel about him? Nobody cares. Nobody asked y'all. Y'all just decided to just do a special about Kevin Samuels. Nobody asked you to do this. Y'all clout chasing. Y'all wanted to get a quick hot topic. Y'all wanted to get y'all stuff off about Kevin because he critiqued y'all. And God forbid a black man critique any woman. God forbid a black man critique any black woman and just give her any type of criticism. But they hate him so much that they decided they had to do a whole special on this man. Now, how sick do you gotta be to take somebody's condolences, somebody who is paying homage to the man, and do a reaction to him paying homage? Who does that? This man gave respect to Kevin Samuels, and you guys are gonna say, "Oh, okay, let's break down his eulogy or whatever you want to call it about Kevin. Let's just dissect it and then just shit all on it. Fuck it, just shit on it. Basically, that's what they finna do. They finna read this, and then they're gonna basically say, "Oh well, I can't believe he's saying these type of things about this man." But let me come on, let's watch this.
We can view truth as hate, but sometimes it's both.
This is how this man feels. How dare you try to shame him for how he feels? Because you don't like the person that he wrote this about, so you're going to dissect this and then try to shame him. What type of weird stuff.
And didn't taste so sweet. And if you hate it, why tune in? Why call in? Because healing comes in many forms. His was some nasty ass tasting medicine. And were you shocked when you heard about Kevin Samuels' death? Vivica, let's start with you because you seem to be having quite a reaction to this.
Well, me and Lisa Ray both had the whole side eye. Like, what the hell? Is he kidding me?
What do you mean? What the heck? Is he kidding you? This is how this man feels. How are you going to say, are you kidding me? You feel this way about this man? Like, how do you sound right now, woman? That's how that man feels. And who are y'all to come and critique and try to say something about how he feels?
Healing, healthy. This man was a hypocrite. In my honest opinion, he really was. I didn't find anything about him to be healing. He insulted African-American women on a...
Okay, first of all, let's rewind this really, really fast.
Healing. He insulted African hypocrite. In my honest opinion,
he's a hypocrite. How? Elaborate. Please tell us how he's a hypocrite. Don't just make statements with nothing backing statements. No facts, no nothing. You're saying he's a hypocrite. How? What is he a hypocrite about? What did he say that he doesn't live? Or what is he practicing that he ain't preaching? Or preaching that he ain't practicing? Like, you got to be specific. You can't just make statements without factual basis. Because a lot of women like to do that a lot. Like to just say things without any proof or facts. Like, if he is a hypocrite, elaborate on that and say, well, I've seen and heard him do this and then seen him do that. Obviously, she's never even watched his show because then she goes on to say, oh, he disrespects black women and all of this. We've already proven that that's false. So she doesn't even watch the man to even know if he's disrespectful or not. She's just pulling stuff out of thin air just to bash this man already.
Really was. I didn't find anything about him to be healing. He insulted...
and that's your opinion. You didn't find anything healing, but we could go to many hundreds of testimonies, whether it's in the comment section or wherever, of his videos or wherever the testimonials are, of women saying how they were healed, how men saying they were helped. He did have a positive influence. This is facts. To sit up here and paint this picture like nobody was positively influenced by him is a lie. It's a straight lie.
African-American women on a consistent basis. One of his last statements that he said was that if you're over 38 and you haven't married or something like that, that you're no good and disposable. To me,
okay, totally took his words out of context, just flipped it. She didn't even give the right age. She just talking. She just completely took his words and just made a word gumbo and just said whatever she wanted to say. First of all, Kevin said if you're over 35, you're left over, which is an actual fact. And it's an actual thing in China. They actually have a name for it. So this is not something that's not a thing. This isn't something that he created. This is actually something that's an actual thing. If you are 35 years old plus, and nobody has ever taken your hand in marriage and ever said that they wanted to be with you or ever stuck around to be with you in marriage, that means you are a leftover person. That means you are the person that was left over out of all the women who got taken and cuffed. So now you're leftover. You're leftovers because you are left over from the single women that got cuffed. It's not a hard concept. So she just took his words, said, oh, a 38-year-old woman and you're useless and da-da-da. He didn't even say none of that. She just straight created her own narrative and created her own words to put in that man's mouth. She didn't even quote him properly.
me, he was a shock jock. And, you know, I hope this is teaching.
He's a shock jock, but you've been on Howard Stern several times. Come on, man. Shut up.
Folks, a lesson about the karma that you put out, the negativity that you put out in the world, that when karma comes knocking at your door, she might not be so kind.
Look how happy she is. Look at the look on her face. Look at this. You're sick. You are sick, woman. When karma comes a knocking.
Killed over real quick. And
when karma comes a knocking.
He was a shark.
She notice she said a woman, because she knows that certain women just have this just revenge and just to them. So she put karma as a woman that comes for you when you talk about women or whatever. First of all, Kevin's death was not karma. Okay? Kevin's death was a death. It was actually a death that is very common in the black community. Matter of fact, let's just see real quick. Really quick. Number one cause of death, black males. Black males. The leading cause of death in black men is heart disease. Number one on the list is heart disease. Number 2 is cancer. Number 3 is homicide, getting murdered, basically. And number 4 is unintentional injury. And number 5 is stroke. Number 1 on the list is heart disease, ma'am. It wasn't karma, ma'am. It was an actual problem that we have in the black community with our black men. It's actually something that needs to be highlighted and talked about and addressed, rather than sitting there saying it's karma and that he deserved it, basically, for what he said about critiquing women. This is the sick mind of this woman. And what really upsets me is that these are all notable black women in the black community. They decided to get up here on a platform. Rather than pay homage and at least be respectful to this black man, they decided, if we as black women, with our names, with our notoriety, we're going to just use this platform to completely just rip this man apart in his death. How dare you say it was karma? That's your opinion, woman. You know how many people out here abusing women, doing all type of bad things to women, the R word, just doing all type of domestic abuse. Where are those men's karma? Where are those people's karma? There's people out here who murder and do all type of stuff to women. Where is their karma? But you're saying that this man's karma is his death because he just spoke to women. He ain't do nothing physical. He never hurt a woman. He never did anything to a woman. But he deserves to die. And that's his karma because of what he spoke about. You're sick. The number one leading cause of death in black men is heart disease. And Kevin Samuels died of a heart attack. And you got to say that's karma. This is the same bullcrap propaganda that they tried to do on Breakfast Club with punk-ass DJ Envy, soft simp man, beta male DJ Envy, and 40-something-year-old unmarried, unchild Angela Yee was trying to say about Kevin Samuels. Oh, it was karma. While the only man who usually, Charlemagne is usually the F-boy of the situation. But he was the only one who had common sense to say, you know what, hold on, wait, let's not say that. Let's not be disrespectful like that. How about we actually address this as being a problem in the black community? How about we address that the number one cause of leading death in black men is heart disease? He had to let them know like it wasn't karma. It's actually a problem that we have in the community. And this is another black woman on here parroting that propaganda. Talking about it's karma. Who are you, Vivica, to say it's karma? You don't know God's purpose. You don't know nothing. You're probably next for all we know. Chill out. Humble yourself, woman. Kevin Samuels has a daughter. Kevin Samuels has a mother. Do you think she wants to wake up and hear Vivica J. Fox, a woman who actually has a platform to speak, say bad things about her son? You should be ashamed of yourself getting on here talking like this. You ain't no regular woman. You have responsibility as a strong black woman to uphold and respect your community and the black men in your community that's doing stuff for your community. How dare you get on here and talk like this? It don't make no sense.
And, you know, I hope this is teaching folks a lesson about the karma that you put out, the negativity that you put out in the world.
So you got your karma coming because that's all you about is putting out negativity in the world. What have you done positive? What have you done positive for the community? What have you done? You're Vivica A. Fox. Nobody knows you other than the fact that who has heard about you since 50 Cent? This is well over 10 years you've been irrelevant. This is the first time somebody's actually mentioned your name in 10 plus years. And you gotta be mentioned by dissing another black man. You're sad.
That when karma comes knocking
Look
at
how
your
happy
door,
she is.
she might not be so
Happy. Oh my gosh. You're sick, woman.
So, the fact that he killed over real quick and
my gosh.
supposedly with a woman.
Look how happy she is. He just killed over real quick. Do you know how disrespectful that is? And you're happy and you're smiling. Oh, he just killed over right quick. What? So,
the fact that he killed over real quick. And
oh my gosh. And nobody just, and she's allowed to say this without being canceled or anything. She can just be disrespectful, say whatever she wants about somebody who's dead, and nobody's going to hold her accountable. Well, we need to hold this woman accountable. We need to let this be known that she's this disrespectful and she's this type of woman. She needs to actually come out with an apology to this man and his family by the way she's talking on here.
Was supposedly with a woman that we don't yet know the nationality.
What does the nationality of this woman matter? You're so jealous. You're just jealous. Well, we don't know the nationality of the woman. What does that matter? What does it matter for you to say that? Come on, man. Ridiculous. Look at her.
Rest in peace.
And then rest in peace. Ugh, so sickening. And that's what I was talking about. Saying all of that garbage and then rest in peace. With just this smug, ooh, I don't want to say so much. Look at this.
With a woman that we don't yet know the nationality. Rest in peace.
This is somebody's grandmama. Well, it's supposed to be somebody. You somebody's grandmama age. You ain't got no kids, I forgot. These is people's grandmothers talking like this. These are the women that are raising our women to disrespect our young men. You see how they're talking? You see these talking points that they have? Disrespectful. Look at the look on their face after she said that.
Yeah.
Look, wow, I can't believe you just said that. And look at this. She's just so happy over here. She's like, you go, girl. You say that. You say it. You go, girl. And she just standing on business. She just standing on what she said. Like, yeah, I'm disrespectful. Yeah, I said it. And what? Who gonna do something about it? Yeah, she's like, wow, I can't believe you said it. Selena can't even look up. She can't even look at the TV because she knows that shit was that was some wild stuff she just tried to say.
Yes. There you go.
Yeah, look at the face. They're like, wow, I can't believe you. Look at her. She's just standing on it. Ignorance, standing in her ignorance.
Lisa Ray, we got to go to you next. I want to hear what you got to say about this one.
You know what? I will say this. I like Marlon's response a little bit, half of it, because it was very grown up. And it was very
half of it. It ain't sure. Nobody cares what you like and didn't like about his response. It ain't for you to like or dislike. It was for him to pay homage, not for you to sit here and critique what he's saying about a man that he had respect for.
Ish because he wanted to pay homage to him, and at the same time give him an excuse and an out to be able to say, well, maybe his truth helped some people.
Talking about an excuse and an out. He has the right to speak and say what he wants. It's America. Ain't no excuse.
It was a little brash, but hey, that was his way. We do know for sure and certain that social media made him this.
Kevin Samuels made himself, self-made. Social media just got him the attention. It allowed him to be heard by the masses. But Kevin Samuels wasn't made by the internet. He made himself and put it on the internet for people to view.
This breakout, social Instagram famous person, you know what I mean? But I agree with Vivica. I think that sometimes when you are trying to help, it got to come in a kind of way because we're your kind. We are your type, meaning we're black.
What? When you're trying to be kind or you're trying to teach somebody, you have to come in a kind way. Who said that? That's what you think. That's the problem. That ain't nobody trying to hear nothing or learn nothing because they want everybody to pander to them and be nice about everything. If we're critiquing you and your errors, it ain't nice. It's called harsh reality. You sound like you sound unrealistic, like somebody who isn't aware of the real world and what goes on in the real world. Well, you have to talk to us nice. We only listen if we're talked to nice. Hell, even if we talk to y'all nice, y'all ain't trying to hear it. So miss me with that. Oh, just talk to us nice. Talk to me nice, please. We're your kind. When you're talking to black people, you gotta be nice. You gotta stroke their ego. Out of here.
You know what I mean? And we are family. You know what I mean? So when you talk to us, because we as a race have been through so much, and you know, it's almost like talking to us like this does not help us even listen and hear you. I didn't really
talking to us like this doesn't help us. Telling us that we're wrong doesn't help us. Not pandering to us doesn't help us. Typical.
Follow him, and I didn't really watch him a lot because when I did, sometimes I liked the way he looked. You know what I mean? But then when I turned the volume up, I kept turning it down. You know what I mean?
I liked the way he looked, but then when I heard him speak, I couldn't take the truth that I was hearing, so I had to turn it down every time I heard truth. You admitted you didn't even listen to the man like that, but you won't here trying to tell us that this man was a misogynist and he was this and he was that and he was hurtful and all of this. How would you know that if you clearly just said I didn't even listen to him? Just more of her not being prepared, like she was in the last interview with Ice Cube. Oh, I didn't really listen to it. I didn't read anything. I just listened to a soundbite. I just listened to a clip. I don't do research. I just hear clips and then give a synopsis off of 30-second clips. That's how I do. I didn't really listen to him. I just looked at him and thought he looked good, and then when he started talking, I heard truth and stopped. This is what she's saying. Man.
He just looked debonair, and he looked like, you know, oh, okay, let me listen to the brother. But once I did not like all of the, you know, the truth commentary that he had to say. Mm-hmm. So, absolutely, you know, rest in peace. You know, it was sudden. We didn't expect
it. Rest in peace after I didn't just talk shit.
And, you know, I don't wish this on anyone, and my condolences to his family.
All right, good points. Good points, Lisa Ray. And Selena, gotta hear from you. What you think?
Good points. Now, peep this Selena Johnson. Now, y'all remember how ratchet she was just talking in the last video? Peep this. It's like a whole totally different woman, 2 years ago? Look how she sounds now, trying to be respectful, trying.
Okay, so, first of all, rest in peace, Kevin Samuels. You know, I don't want to speak negatively on the deceased, but let's just be honest.
I don't want to speak negatively on the deceased, but anytime you follow a statement with the word but, you're obviously going to contradict what you just said. But at the end of statements usually mean I'm going to contradict what I just said. Oh, I don't want to be disrespectful, but. Oh, I don't but. That means you're going to contradict yourself and you're about to be disrespectful.
Kevin Samuels consistently shook the table. Okay? And I
consistently shook the table. What does that even mean? You're trying to say he ruffled some feathers? Okay, there's nothing wrong with that.
Feel like the word healing is the fool in a way, because I think I'm just.
You know that was Vivica laughing like a little hyena. And here she goes. Oh, I think that's the fool. Who even says that? Like nobody uses that term. Oh, I think that's the fool. And then you got Vivica, little hyena. You a grown woman. What was funny about that? You're a grown old woman. You're 60 years old. What was funny about that? You're immature. What was funny about that? Sick. You're sick.
Okay. And I feel like the word healing.
Look, I feel. Nobody cares about your feelings. Nobody cares about your feelings. I feel
is the fool in a way, because I think I'm just rest in peace.
But rest in peace. I'm tired of them doing that.
It's the fool to say healing is the fool. I think that he was more his words were more traumatizing as opposed to healing. I don't think that anything that he said invoked healing.
So his words were traumatizing. So you let the words of a complete stranger traumatize you. These are people who claim to be strong black women, but you let somebody's words traumatize you. You let somebody's telling you the truth traumatize
you. Now, maybe opened up some eyes, enlightened, yes. Again, shook the table, yes. Started conversations, yes. But healing, I would not use that word. And I think I have to agree with Lisa Ray on this too, because I think that maybe Marlon was just trying to, find some light in this dark tunnel.
What? What are you talking about? Trying to find some light in this dark tunnel and just say something positive about a negative guy? That's basically what you're trying to say. But no, it ain't no trying to find the light in the dark tunnel. It's just him expressing how he felt about somebody that he respected. What are you talking about? There's nothing dark about what's going on but what y'all doing.
But it's unfortunate how he passed. I hate that he did. Even though I did not like the things that he said at all. At
all? I didn't like nothing he said, even though you didn't listen to the man. You didn't even give the man a chance. But you didn't like nothing that he said at all. She emphasized that at all. Even though you just said that he opened some eyes. He sparked conversation. He ruffled some feathers. But you didn't like nothing that he said at all.
In my Lisa Ray voice, at all.
In my Lisa Ray voice.
I do...
pasty faces. Look at y'all. So smug, so cocky. All y'all losers. None of you married except for you. And who cares? Because you're probably married to some simp who lets you run the marriage. You wear the pants, right? Because you married some little simp, spineless, happy life, happy wife ass dude. Come on, man.
Understand where
Marlon lame
is trying to come from, but the word healing is a bit much and could possibly be kind of offensive in a way.
It could be kind of offensive to say that he healed people, even though we know he has healed people in some type of way. We're not talking health healing. We're talking about healing from problems that men go through, women go through. He's actually helped and healed people of their problems, relieved and alleviated people of their problems that they're having in relationships. So healing is not a bad word to use in that situation. It's just that you don't want to use the word.
Because, to the women who were actually on his show and he spoke those words, he spewed that venom towards, I don't think that they would think that they were healed when
telling the truth to a woman and putting the mirror in her face and letting her know the truth is spewing venom to this woman. Spewing venom is telling a woman like it is.
They left the show. They might have even had to go see a therapist after talking to him.
So what she's saying is these women came to his show perfectly fine with no problems at all, which is false because they're calling his show because they have a problem. But what she's saying is these women are perfectly happy and everything, and they call his show, and his venomous words are traumatizing enough to make a strong black woman seek therapy. His words and his venom is so toxic that the women have to go seek therapy. Do you know how ridiculous that sounds? First of all, these women already came to Samuel's show with problems. And anytime he ever told them to seek therapy, it was a good advice. He told them to seek therapy. They didn't seek therapy because they were so hurt by what he was saying. Don't try to paint that picture like, oh, the venom he was spitting made these women go see therapists. Well, if that's the type of venom that needed to be spit in so you could go see somebody to help better yourself, then that's what needed to be done. But don't say it like his words and what he's saying to these women made them have to go seek therapy. Like their feelings were just so hurt and their life was just so changed for the worse because he told them the truth. Come on, Selena.
Yeah, I don't agree with the basis, a lot of the stuff he said, but I do understand what he was maybe trying to do.
No, you don't understand that. You just said you don't agree with nothing at all, and you have no clue why people are even gravitating towards him. Come on, cut the BS.
But rest in peace overall.
If y'all don't get y'all disingenuous ass up out of here with all of this slander and then following it by, but rest in peace. Oh, I'm sorry, rest in peace. I actually care. No, you don't.
I'm going to say this, and people can be mad at me if they want to.
Okay, here we go. People can say this, and they can be mad at me if they want to, because she's going to say something disrespectful.
I think just because someone passes on, it doesn't mean we just, now we can't say anything negative or honest about you. Okay.
Oh, no. You have every right to do what you want, but it just shows your character, ma'am. It shows your character. We all have the choice and the right to say something positive or negative about somebody, dead or alive. But where's your morals when somebody passes away And the first thing you want to do is just go, let's highlight everything negative about this person rather than doing research on this person and doing the right thing and at least trying to find something positive about him. Do the research and at least become more knowledgeable and understanding of this person. Now y'all just want to get on here and just bash him. Of course, you have the right to say what you want. But a humane person who has humility wouldn't just instantly go to some negative stuff about a person that died. A person who has humility would just let it go. A person who has logic and who actually cares about the life of human beings would not sit up there and hold a grudge against a dead man. Sit up there and say something negative and just harp on the negativity of a person rather than trying to find a good in a person. Of course, ma'am, you don't have to. You have the right to say anything you want about a person. But it really shows your character as a human being. It does.
Okay, you died. Guess what? Every single person in all these squares and everybody watching is going to die. So
if that's the case, why are you speaking on it in a negative light then if you know we all going to die? Why are you even talking like that?
We can't be held accountable for the things that we said while we were alive.
Get out of here. You women should be the last one talking about accountability about anything. Y'all don't take no accountability in your daily lives, so don't try to tell somebody to take accountability in their death.
Listen, I think he has some very valid points. I think people are very unrealistic about relationships.
And the crazy thing is, this woman is the only woman on the panel that has some type of understanding of his philosophy, some type of understanding of what he was talking about. She just said, I kind of understand that some people are unrealistic with their expectations. And I understand this, and I understand that, and I know what he was saying that, but then you're going to still proceed to just defecate on his name.
I think a lot of women and a lot of men are. It's not a woman thing, and it's not a man thing. But he just so happened to pop when he started coming for black women. Because he did start off being negative towards black men, and people weren't really hearing.
He wasn't negative. He was telling the truth to men. And then he said, I'm going to start telling the truth to women. Don't paint this picture like, well, at first he started attacking men, and then he changed his strategy and started attacking women. Like, come on, this stuff is hilarious. It's comical. And then you got Vivica sitting there, yep, you right, with her strong-ass jawline here. Crimson chin, strong jawline she got going on here with all these surgeries and plastic. You think you look so fine because you got the money to preserve, and you're not even preserving your youth. You're just masking your youth with Botox and all type of garbage. Plastic surgery. Come on, man.
That brothers weren't trying to hear about themselves, but what they were trying to hear about was how it's the women's fault.
No, brothers weren't trying to. Nobody's trying to hear about themselves when they're getting critiqued. But women, black women especially, are the ones that really hate for somebody to even critique them in any type of way. So yeah, the men probably didn't like that. But guess what? Truth hurts, and you need to hear it to change. So yeah, he was coming at men and telling them, "Hey, get your stuff together." And then he started telling women to be accountable. So yes, he did play both sides. Thank you for highlighting that, ma'am.
Interesting.
He wasn't biased.
So then he blew up. And then our dumbasses went and supported him. You know what I mean? And then he made
No, yeah, you are a dumbass, but you didn't support him.
I heard like up to $3 million off of his YouTube and all that from said black women.
Oh, way more than $3 million. Don't lowball my guy. Way more than $3 million. That's comical. $3 million on YouTube? That's comical for Kevin Samuels. That's a joke for you to even say that less of amount. Come on now. Don't lowball my guy.
So I think, again, I think there is a place for people like Kevin Samuels to say, listen, you're being unrealistic. You have nothing you're bringing to the table, and you want this high-value man, although Kevin Samuels himself was not a high-value man.
Who are you? He wasn't a high-value man. Yes, he was, ma'am. He was. Just because you don't know the definition of a high-value man because you don't have one, doesn't mean he wasn't one. Because by the criteria of what a high-value man is, he checks every single box, ma'am. He had the wealth. He had the other men's respect, other high-value men's respect. He was making well over millions of dollars. He had the integrity. He had everything. He checked every single box of a high-value man. Who are you to sit here and say that when you couldn't? You wouldn't know a high-value man if he was right in your face. You wouldn't know a high-value man if he approached you and tried to get your hand in marriage. Whatever. You wouldn't know a high-value man at all. So don't sit up here and say, oh, but by the way, he wasn't a high-value man. Who are you? You don't even know what one is. You've never even had one.
while you playing, okay? He just, he looked the part. And
not even playing.
He looked the
part. Perpetrating the ball, because come to find out, he thought there was, this is the thing that kills me about.
Talking about the perpetrator. You're just saying things, but you're not explaining how he was a perpetrator or how he was a hypocrite. You're just talking.
This Instagram, this social media thing, all these people faking it for the gram.
But yet you're on social media right now, capping. Talking about faking it for the gram, but everything on you's fake. Everything. Botox, lashes, wig, plastic surgery. Everything about you is fake. You should be the last one talking about fake.
Because supposedly he was, rolling the cars and this, that, and third. Heard he had an apartment.
Heard he had an apartment. Do you see how she's trying to just slander this man? I heard he had an apartment.
Cars and this, that, and third. Heard he had an apartment.
Do you know what that means? It's actually a smart move, ma'am. Having an apartment is actually a smart move. You want to know why? Because if you're moving around a lot and you're a businessman and you're in and out of town and you're doing stuff, it would actually be smarter for you to just have apartments. It would actually be smarter for you to be in and out of hotels. I believe not Steve Jobs. Jeff Bezos says that he's in and out of hotels. Let me see if I can find that. I heard somewhere he said that he lives in hotels. Hold on, no. It was actually, matter of fact, Elon Musk. Elon Musk doesn't own a house. Elon Musk says he doesn't own a home. He sleeps in his friends' spare bedrooms. Elon Musk, the richest man in the world, doesn't own a house and sleeps in his spare friends' bedrooms from time to time. You want to know why? Because it's no point in having a house and a mortgage if you're never there because you're a high-value, successful man who's always on the road. Right here, several articles. Elon Musk does not stay in a home. He does not own a home. The richest man in the world does not own a home. He crashes with his friends in their houses, in their spare rooms, on their couches. So this woman trying to paint the picture as if, he just had an apartment, doesn't take away from the fact that he's still rich and a high-value man. A high-value man, ma'am. Joke.
Talking about how if you want to get, like a man like him, like he was some great catch.
Oh, so a multi-million-dollar self-made black man who's well-dressed, well-spoken, well-respected by his peers isn't a great catch. You are the last woman to know what a great catch is, miss. I'm a jerk magnet. Out your own words, out your own mouth, I'm a jerk magnet. You're a jerk, ma'am. You are a jerk. You are a jerk. Because you are what you attract. Jerk magnet. So you're the last one again to be telling us what a high-value man is. Miss, I want to date 50 Cent. The gangster rapper. Not knocking 50 Cent, but come on. These are the type of men that you gravitate to. The gangsters, the lowballers, the what did you say? The jerks? Right.
He was faking the funk for the gram, man.
Faking the funk. But
karma caught up.
I think
karma caught up with him, huh? Faking the funk for the gram and karma caught up with him. So basically, by your knowledge, by your ideology, anybody who's faking it is going to get what they got coming to them, huh? Just because he was faking it for the gram, that's why he's dead. Look at this. Look at the look on her face, bruh. You're a disgusting old bag. I said it, yeah. You are. You're vile. All of y'all are vile.
Legacy is important.
Look at her. Yeah, I said it. And I believe that. Sick.
I think the way his, just hearing us all speak about him.
Hold on, what this dumb? What she just say?
Unfortunate too. I think the way.
And karma caught up.
I think his legacy is unfortunate too. I think the way his, just hearing us all speak.
His legacy is unfortunate. A man who accumulated millions of dollars in less than 2 years after he was a regular person and accumulated millions of dollars, left a legacy for his children. Endless amounts of information that he left behind. Influenced hundreds of thousands of people, possibly over the world. Because he had millions of subscribers over all platforms. So yes, he did influence hundreds of thousands of people over the world. Something that you've never done a day in your life. Talk about his legacy is sad that this is his legacy. What are you talking about? He's done more in his 2 years than you've all done in your whole careers and lives. What have y'all done? Nothing. The highest thing you've done is win a beauty pageant. The only thing you've done is star in a few movies. Lisa Ray in a couple movies. Nothing. You're nobodies. B-list celebrities, all of you. Kevin accomplished more than all of you in your whole lives in less than 2 years. What are you? Nobody even knows what you do. You're a singer, but nobody knows any songs that you have. Who are you? Who are you people? How dare y'all? How dare y'all?
For people like Kevin Samuels.
And that is why the female rappers
get, like a man like him, like he was some great catch. He was faking the funk for the gram, and
I think his legacy is unfortunate too. I think the way just hearing us all speak about him, I think this is important.
Yeah, because y'all some haters. Of course, it's gonna sound like his legacy is bogus because y'all some haters and y'all trying to find something negative but there is nothing negative. Y'all gotta make stuff up about this man. Y'all gotta lie on this man to destroy his legacy and then talk about, well, if you hear the way that we're talking about his legacy, yeah, because y'all don't care about his legacy. Y'all don't respect his legacy. Y'all lying on this man to destroy his legacy. So, of course, if we're listening to y'all paint the picture of his legacy, it sounds bad. But in reality, he's done more than any of y'all ever did in y'all whole lives. Y'all is a joke.
I think that it is unfortunate that his legacy is that. You know what I'm saying? Like, all we really have is our legacy and what we leave behind. You know what I'm saying? So it's
and what will you leave behind?
Messed up.
You're the only one who got children on here. What they gonna leave behind? They ain't leaving nothing behind. To nobody. You the only one who could leave something to somebody.
That this is your legacy. And I'll say this really quickly. Like, had he been someone that spewed racist venom, would we be saying the same thing?
Yeah. No, we wouldn't.
Yes, you would. You'd be doing the same thing. What are you talking about? No, we wouldn't. What?
That his
and this idiot, tone. Watch what she's finna say. Oh, his tone, but watch what she's finna say. Look at her. Little duck mouth. His tone.
And his narration supported the music that is out now. And that is why the female rappers can talk the way that they talk, because they are bucking up against what the men think. So we are more in your face, and here it is. I think that's a valid point.
No, that was not a valid point. That was actually some of the dumbest shit that was ever said in this whole interview, actually. That was the dumbest thing ever said in this whole interview. And probably one of the stupidest things you said in a long time. No, probably not, because you probably say a lot of stupid things, but you're saying that his tone and his assertion and his masculinity is why these women rappers are making this vulgar, self-hating, disrespectful music that is influencing a whole generation of young women to be disrespectful towards men, disrespectful towards themselves, and just vile. You're condoning the negative things being said in music by these women, these city girls, teaching these girls to, break a nigga, take his money, don't respect a nigga, niggas ain't shit. If he ain't gonna buy you a Birkin bag, kick him to the curb. This is the sentiment that you're over here saying that is basically accepted and is actually a good thing. Like what you just said was ridiculous as a black woman. And this is somebody grandmother's age. Excuse me, talking like this. Somebody's grandmother's age is talking like this. So imagine if she had children and what she would say to her children and the type of vile ideology that they would have growing up. Thank God none of these women got children except for old girl Celine. Thank God none of these women procreated. Oh my gosh, thank you. Thank you.
Can we add this point real quick? I'm just shocked at, how many men are like coming to this guy's defense. I found that to be so surprising that
I found it to be surprising that men are actually following somebody. That I'm not going to do no research and figure out why they're following them. I'm not going to even try to understand and get a good understanding for why these thousands and hundreds of thousands of men and women are following this man. No, I'm not going to try to figure anything out. I'm just going to stay stubborn and in my ways, and I'm just going to not try to figure it out. I'm not going to do any research on this man or nothing. I'm just going to just be confused at why all of these men and women. I was just shocked that everybody was following him. I just don't understand why. How about you get some humility about yourself and some understanding about other human beings? And then maybe you can understand and feel why these people gravitated towards Kevin. People don't gravitate towards people who are negative and evil people. They actually go away from them. So how is it that this man was able to accumulate so many good people or so many people to follow him if he was such a bad person? How can you not understand and you're not even trying to understand?
You know, people were literally getting in debates about, you know, oh, I thought the brother was, you know, telling it like it is and healing people and just telling the truth. Y'all don't like the way it came out. I'm like, really?
Yeah, really. People actually sat down and listened to him and actually realized, like, hey, this guy isn't as bad as everybody's saying he is. You know why? Because they actually took the time out to do some research and listen to the man. Something none of you have done. But you can sit up here and lie on his name and try to tell us what this man's ideology is about and what this man has said when you've only seen second clips or hearsay or gossip from other people hating on him. You never did the research on your own. That's why you're so confused and you don't understand. Because you're just parroting propaganda and feminist talking points and of people who hated him.
I understand men feeling like, listen, there's tons of shows. Every show that's talk show panel is pretty much a panel of women, and we get to talk about relationships, and we get to talk about how we feel and how we've been.
Facts. There is plenty of platforms for women to go and express themselves and talk about, even on a mainstream level. You got Oprah, you got Maury, you got all of these places where women can go and express themselves. A Dr. Phil's show. There's plenty of platforms, not even including the thousands on YouTube. So you are correct about that.
Wrong by men. I understand there's not a lot of outlets where men feel like they have that. Well, why don't y'all create one?
What? Look at how stupid you sound. He created one. What do you think his platform was? He created the platform for the men and for the people. What are you talking about? And there's many of other platforms with manosphere men who do represent and have a platform. So what are you acting like there are no platforms or like his platform wasn't for men? What are you talking about?
Instead of when one comes along being negative to black women, y'all rally around him like he's your king. Like,
he wasn't being negative. How do you even know that if you never even watched him? You don't know that. People don't rally around negativity, ma'am. They don't. People just doesn't go rally around and just be around negative things. People go away from negative things, especially when it's pertaining to them personally.
Yes, he did have some valid points, but not just about black women. Everyone should come to the table with something.
And then you just admitted he had valid points for black women.
I'm so sick of these raggedy men that got big ass stomachs, not working, look a hot mess, demanding a 10.
Look at her, these raggedy men, who are requesting. First of all, lady, what you're saying is not even real. It's not real. There are no 250-pound men with guts talking about, I want a supermodel woman. I want a supermodel as my wife. I want an Instagram model. Men aren't that delusional. Men aren't that just out of their mind to say something like that. So you're making a disingenuous, non-factual statement here. You know, that's not factual. We can't pull up one interview. We can't pull up one man on TV or anywhere saying that I'm over 300 pounds or so, a bald head dude or a guy that's has no value or no high value to himself sitting there talking about I want a supermodel as a girlfriend. Men don't do that. We're not delusional. Women do that. Women sit there over 300 pounds with four different children by 2-3 different dudes talking about I want a high value man. I want a man that makes over 6 figures and she don't even make 6 figures. She ain't even nowhere near a high value woman or anybody that's even deserving of a man. Women do that. She's trying to paint this picture as if men do the same thing women do, talking about I want a supermodel wife and I'm fat and bald. It's like, come on, man. Women do that. We can go on Kevin Samuels' channel right now and show hundreds of videos of women sitting there talking about oh, I want a high value man, but I don't got this, and this, and I'm not this, and that. So don't try to paint this picture like, oh, I hate raggedy men that do that, because men don't do that. Pull up one situation right now. Show me a footage right now of a delusional man talking about he wants something that's out of his reality. Women do that. Come on, man.
I deserve a chance. And I'm gonna call my sister to the table. I'm tired of women that don't work. All you think about is your nails and your hair and what bag you can get out of a man, thinking just because you have a vagina, you deserve the highest man on the totem pole. It doesn't work that way, ladies and gentlemen. So let's just be honest. Everyone needs to bring something to the table. And I wish there was a platform that...
High value men already bring something to the table. So stop it. What are you, as a woman that considers yourself high value or considers yourself a wife, what are you bringing to the table? Because we already know what men are bringing to the table. We know that we're bringing protection, we're bringing masculinity, we're bringing money, we're bringing resources, we're bringing all kinds of stuff to the table. Protection, we're bringing stuff to the table. What are you going to bring to the table as a woman? Stop all of this, oh, we both have to bring something to the table and we both have to be equal parts. We already know what men bring to the table. The question is, what do you as a woman bring to the table? One of the hardest questions that there is to ask or answer for these women too.
Kind of address both of it, because I feel like it becomes a battle of the sexes. Like the men jump on it because, oh, he's giving it to the women. No, we all need to do better. Stop bringing nothing and expecting everything, men and women. It's not a women thing, because a lot of you brothers doing the same exact thing Kevin Samuels was mad at women for.
But I want to give us our props, because us here at Cocktails with the Queens are honest and transparent about when we good and when we bad.
Y'all honest, huh? Y'all honest, but y'all don't take no time out to research this man and to really check this man out. That's not honest. That's not being honest. And then you get on here and you lie on this man's name. Ain't nothing honest about nobody on this panel, woman. Stop it. You're not honest. Y'all not transparent.
That's true.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go to another topic real quick then. Ooh.
Yeah.
I think we can...
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm done. I just wanted to, let this be known and put this information out here that these women have demonic energy. They have demonic ideology. They're not humane. They have no humility to them. And I just had to show y'all that, these are the type of women that are out here raising our young men, raising our young women to just be so vile and man, it's really sad. So. The Black Clark Kent had to come in here and defend the manosphere once again. Like when Superman, like when Batman, when that little light comes on in the sky and he has to come defend the city. I'm on that same thing, but I'm the Black Clark Kent. I'm out here busting out my suit, my Tom Ford suit, and busting out the S on my chest for the manosphere. But yeah, man, I just had to let y'all know, and I had to come and defend Kevin. I'm gonna be doing a lot of defense videos on Kevin because everybody feels that they can just kick this man while he's no longer down with us. He's no longer with us, and I ain't finna let it slide. Kevin meant something to me, so in his death, I'm gonna be one here to defend his honor because he was an honorable man. When Farrakhan passes away. What you think the Muslims finna do? They finna go hard for Farrakhan. You think that these women right here are gonna be allowed to talk trash about Farrakhan when he passes away? Do you seriously think the Nation of Islam is gonna allow women like this to get on national TV or on camera and talk bad about Farrakhan without no repercussions? So I'm coming hard just like the Muslims go hard for their people. I'm going hard for Kevin Samuels. Because we is not finna allow anybody to disrespect our elders and our black men who are actually making a difference and doing something positive. And y'all want to hate on him because he told the truth, and y'all want to make lies up about the man. But yeah, man, I'm finna check up out of here, man. This is just another episode of the Manosphere Defender, and I hope y'all liked it, man. Like, subscribe, do all of that. Get the likes up. I'm putting out content now.